You'd like me to read my review? Well, it certainly wasn't my best work, but if you insist... Oh, I don't need your copy. I brought my own. Are you ready? If I am. It is very difficult to review an artist's major debut when you already know so much about her. However, I must admit that I wasn't entirely sure which facts to believe about Celia Merode before visiting her first show at the Bowman Gallery. As the reader has heard too many times to count, the American Family Association and the Christian Coalition consider Merode's work to be the creation of no less than Satan himself. The tabloids and late-night hosts have likely increased museum attendance across the country on the promise of full frontal nudity. The chairman of the National Endowment for the Arts seems to believe he'll lose his job if he funds her latest work. But what about that mysterious work that was defunded in 1990? I can assure the AFA and Johnny Carson and the NEA that there is no nudity in this debut. In fact, if this show is the work of the devil himself, I might be a willing convert to Satanism very soon. Well, that is actually pretty good, isn't it? When entering the Bowman, the visitor is immediately confronted by a large black drape. 4 flaps are cut into the curtain, allowing visitors a choice between the proverbial doors number 1, 2, 3, or 4. I must admit, knowing what I knew prior to visiting the exhibition, I had the thrill of wondering if I might be entering a titillating peep show. While there are films hiding behind these curtains, they are much more than cheap thrills. The first film is shot in black and white 16mm at knee level on the sidewalk. The camera is facing the exit of the Union Square subway station. It appears to be rush hour. The images are slightly grainy and they jump sporadically. For a minute, there is a consistent flow of people walking out of the station. After that minute, among the black and white pedestrians, however, a woman in a washed-out blue dress appears. The contrast between the blue and the grainy grays is surprising, but not overpowering. She speed walks toward the camera. We see her dress disappear from the left side of the frame. More black and white people stream out of the station. But then 2 more colorful pedestrians rise from the staircase. They are in purple and green, respectively. Before they disappear from opposite sides of the frame, more colorful people exit the station. Then yet more. Soon, the screen is awash in colorful attire. At this point, I began to notice the very few pedestrians who didn't receive these flourishes of color. I wanted to know how Merode decided who remained gray. Then the colors gradually fade away until everyone walking toward the camera is again in black and white. It seems important to watch these films from first to last because the lens is continuously rising in each subsequent film. By the 4th film, we are perched more than 100 floors up the World Trade Center's North Tower. The camera faces Merode's back while she stands at the window. We are close enough to her to see nearly everything she can see, namely Upper Manhattan. It is shot in black and white again. But after 30 seconds, Merode begins pointing at different buildings across the skyline beneath her. Each time she presses her pointer finger against the glass, the building at the end of that finger flickers into one of the colors from her washed-out palette. A chartreuse Chrysler building, a mauve Empire State Building, She is like a wizard creating a new world. These 4 films probably shouldn't work as well as they do. They could have easily stumbled into cloying sentimentality. It could have felt similar to an animated Mickey Mouse interacting with real live people on screen. The magic, however, feels real. There is tension in Merode's choices. She is both ironic and completely serious in these works. Merode's films don't make a false move while feeling completely improvised. She has combined the skill of a master painter with the loose roly-poly ideas that conceptual artists rarely execute in visually appealing ways. No, I don't see Satan in these films. I see an artist brilliantly stepping out of the shroud of controversy to allow us to see what she's really had in mind all this time. I really made her career there, didn't I?